stress. We all know it, we all deal with it. In this day and age, there's no escaping a lifestyle in which we have stress that we have to figure out and deal with every single day. From high expectations from parents to worries about our future to financial instability and relationship problems, stress can come from anywhere and is always a burden to us. In order to respond to the stress that we all have to deal with every day, I wanted to create an installation using the members of the National Art Honor Society to demonstrate how each person in our society has their own stressors that only they can know about, but using the strength of the community and others, we can all use each other to get by our hard times and progress towards a bigger, better, and brighter future. I wanted to create a piece in response to the community's stress to let them know that their voices are heard and that our greatest ally in the battle of stress is each other. Thus, I introduced to the National Art Honor Society my idea called the Butterfly Project. Inspired by the work of Carlos Amorales, I was going to use the butterfly as a symbol of each individual in our community because the butterfly represents freedom, strength, and courage. During the homeroom period, each student and faculty member received a 4x4 square and was told to respond to the following set of instructions, as was read by each homeroom instructor.
The National Art Honor Society has supplied each student with a 4-inch square and would like each student to briefly write in pencil or pen something that currently makes them feel stressed or trapped. Please do not write your name on the sheet, as they are meant to be completely anonymous. In addition to being anonymous, your sheets will not be read by any student outside of the National Art Honor Society who promise to not discuss anything written on the sheet. Your piece of paper will be used in the creation of their latest art installation. Although your pieces will be anonymous and unrecognizable, we understand that some students have concerns about privacy and may not want to share personal details about them, but would greatly appreciate anything that you write. Remember that your voice counts and is heard. Thank you!
While the idea was originally inspired by the white squares, I decided that in addition to keeping the white squares, adding an array of warm-toned colors would benefit the installation even more and make it that much more inspiring. After students had finished filling out their cards and handed them back to the homeroom instructors, National Art Honor Society members went around and collected all the squares in preparation for stage 2 of the Butterfly Project. Having collected packets of squares from almost 100 homerooms, I prepared the National Art Honor Society as we prepared our next task, which would be folding over 2,400 butterflies out of each individual square. While folding that many butterflies is an incredibly labor-intensive process, we still managed to have an amazing time as we bonded with one another, made all of our butterflies, and understood what was stressing people out across our school community. The more I read and understood what was stressing out everyone in the community, the more eager I became to finish the installation and show it to everyone. I had understood what was stressing them out, and I knew that this installation was going to mean just as much to them, if not more, than what it meant to me. And so the weekend after we had finished folding every butterfly, a handful of students and I had stayed for over 13 hours over Saturday and Sunday to hang each individual butterfly via masking tape on the wall to assemble the giant swarm that is our community. And at 7 o'clock at Sunday afternoon, when I was the only one left in this building and I was hanging the very last butterfly, I took a step back and saw the beautiful thing that came to fruition from my hard work and the wonderful participation of everyone involved. Come Monday morning, when the project was first unveiled to the public, I was met with overwhelming positivity in response to the installation. Every single person loved the idea of their voice being heard and being a part of something much bigger than themselves. Some even went as far as to call it one of the best things that's ever been done at Shrewsbury High School. Although my idea was first conceived about a month and a half ago, it only took about a week to finally throw everything together and bring it to life. I have to thank every member of the community for their participation in the cards. It was much larger than I could have ever expected, with almost 95% participation. I also need to thank every member of the National Art Honor Society for their outstanding work in helping bring my dream to fruition. Lastly, I need to thank my dear friend and fellow officer of National Honor Society, Phoebe, for being with me every step of the way and helping me fine-tune my product into something that's much better than I could have ever hoped it could have been. I couldn't be prouder of everything that my community has helped me to accomplish. We all have our own personal stressors, and we all have an experience that only we can understand what it's like to go through. However, much like a butterfly, it's not until we can come together with one another to realize the strength that we have in the numbers.